Good morning, October 5th, 2021. I hope everyone's doing well today and got over that little whatever that was yesterday, electronic hiccup in two social media sites that are owned by the same people. Was down for a few hours. And really, I'm taking in from the feedback I was getting from others was, yay, some of the band-aids being taken off. And others were like, huh, what? Okay, so what? It's down. They're fixing something, you know. So you've got all different people taking it all different ways, you know. It just depends on who and what you're listening to and what commentator is presenting. And so when that went down yesterday, like literally down, everyone was thinking, oh, well, my goodness, who had the closest score to predicting all of this, kind of thing. And I don't know. I just saw a lot of things going up and down all over the place. But you got to remember, you have a direct link to Prime Creator Source and the Prime Directive of the Prime information. If you allow yourself to stop, drop, sit, and be with that link and develop a stronger bond with that link and trust in your inner God protective source, God protective services, your GPS. You'll get a lot of the information that you need to pay attention to versus all this exterior stimulation that has been portrayed for some time. And in order to stay fully in tune and attuned, that link has to strengthen. So, meditation, quiet time, set your dial to where it's most comfortable, turn off the switchboard dials, pre-programming of all the stuff, all the interferences. Get yourself to a place where you're closer to a homeostasis, balance, and harmony within thyself. And see what information is coming from your house of residency, which is the Prime Creator Source, the divine of all, the God Self. And then see if any of this other stuff, where it merits paying attention to. Now, didn't really faze me yesterday at all. As a matter of fact, it was occurring and I wasn't even paying attention. I just figured my internet was a little slow for a while, and then I went somewhere and I'm like, what the heck? I was trying to work with someone on the computer and things were going on. And then we saw the worldwide disconnect. It's like, okay. So listen to your God protective source, your God protective service. Listen and tune in to that link and adjust your dials over here. Set this one to where you want it. Pay attention to what's happening in this very now moment. Now, the energies are flipping and changing. I get that. Trust me. I'm either laughing to tears about something in my humorous way, or I am super sensitive in tears, but not for any one thing. I just know that there is a discombobulation. There is really just befuddled on what is honestly occurring, and working on maintaining my own footing. And that how I tweak this so that this is as close to the God source homeostasis, and still being able to play in the pastures of the woo magic, because woo is where it is, folks. Woo is truly where it is. You've just been taught to make that a weird woo-woo because there's so many people fighting for normalcy. And when the normalcy has been a pre-programmed software that everyone has been following for quite some time, that many of us are breaking out away from and finding our own homeostasis in the woo magic, which is truly the God source, creator, protector, prime directive, is to understand how unique and powerful you are, I am, and we as a collective are. Many more out there like you than you know, because some just don't want to quite stand out until they know that they're surrounded by enough of a crowd where they won't be persecuted. We can't judge when people are ready to stand up and say, woo woo magic, woo woo magic, woo woo magic, prime source, connect my link, I'm good to go. I do not care what any of you all think, feel, or say. None of it phases me at all, because I'm so linked up. I'm so connected, and I feel so good and so free, even though the world is creating this restrictiveness. And it only feels restrictive because we're breaking out of the shells that have been created around all of us, keeping us from knowing that there's so much more than just this physical body walking the earth plane to survive, LIFE, instead of living and thriving and developing and learning lessons, which is so much more freer, because you release so much of the stigmatism that people have been shamed and blamed and so on for breaking out of their shell. But more and more are hatching. More and more are hatching. Yes. And they're coming out of their hatch going, woohoo! Woo magic, baby, woo magic. Let's go. That's the creative feminine energy. And it takes courage to balance with the masculine. All right? We don't need to go all deep down that rabbit hole. Understanding everything here is not as important as understanding everything from a here, which means there's not a lot of vocabulary and ways to explain things yet, because new information is coming in. But you got to cancel, alt, delete, dump that junk box, empty that cute litter box. No more carrying sacks of you know what, of other people's stuff have been filling your sacks of shiad. That's all got to go. And it's all going. And for those of you who are truly doing your life lessons every single day and going through that up and down emotional roller coaster. Like, I applaud you. I honor you, because it's so easy not to do it. And it can create a lot of unknown eruptions, disruptions within, what you considered your fight for normalcy is fighting out of that, and getting into many shades around to what you used to think was your nucleus, which was never your nucleus at all. All right? So just be with it all, because I know, for me, I was stumbling over words yesterday. I've been kind of walking sideways for a couple days, really working on the grounding and just feeling the angst. There's this underlying vibration happening. And because of all the incoming information, sometimes we can sit with it as if, the unknown, when it's really activations. It's elevations of consciousness and activations of all that is in your mainframe here, your home residence, that is coming online to a lot of new information as you dump the old world ways, and you're bringing in the new world ways. And just being in that with no judgment of what others are doing, and not accepting judgment of those towards you, is an amazing feeling of coming into your own. And you're not alone. So let me see if there's anything else that wants to come through for a second. In the meantime, just keep walking your circle. Keep walking your circle. It's going to broaden. When you're ready, more information will come. But to trust the universal light body friends and our guides, as well as our universal light body friends and guides here in the physical realm, they're all coming out. Spark, 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 spark is occurring. Everything in due timing. The more work that you do, the more you'll receive, but it doesn't always feel that way. As I know, for me, things have changed. Things are changing, and sight is a little bit different. Information connections are a little bit different. Some other things are creeping in that I'm having to realign with, refocus with, make sure that this dial, I'm more on this dial now than I thought I would be. So every time I think I'm on autopilot and I'm good, something comes around where I'm like, ooh, I gotta tweak this a little bit. I gotta tweak it a little bit. Make sure that you're taking as much Epsom salt baths as you can. My neck's kind of crooked just from trying to soak all the way down in it, and it's the most uncomfortable bathtub. But Spirit has had me do that every single solitary night now for 30 days, and over 30 days. And Ask your body what it needs. Ask your body what it desires before you do it. Okay? I know for me, a lot of stretching. I almost want to run, and then I'm like, where am I going? I'm serious. I'm living in an area now where everything is streets and cars, and there's a small section of woods, but it's such a mini section that you pass so many people, it's like you don't have any seclusion. So I have put on my tennis shoes and gone, oh man, this body just wants to run. It just wants to run, like it wants to get this physical energy out of it. Like it just wants to move. It wants to, I don't know. And then I look around and go, where am I going? Like, don't I have to run to something or from something? Oh, thank God for my sense of humor, because I don't even know how many times a day I might implode. So I guess I'm going to have to get into my car and drive to some meadow and run through it or something. Do like the Sound of Music video. I don't know. Just get your energy moving. Get it moving. Find your place. Find your place on the dial. Give this space. Expand. Ask every day, all day long, hey, what do you need today? What would be so nutritiously satisfying in this moment? And sometimes it might be a ho-ho, folks. Because, yeah, I'm just saying, sometimes it might be a ho-ho. All right, so get on that Woo Magical train. Let's all get on there. It's a wonderful time to be here, even though there's a lot of freaky crap coming at us, or we think it is. It's actually coming up and out to be dissolved, so don't feed into it. It's yesterday's news. It's a rerun. Look at it as that. Oh, maybe that's why some things feel so familiar. All right? So love and honor that beautiful self of yours. Keep your link strengthened every day, all day, and reach out to people that are here to help you and guide you. My information's always in the description. All right?